Hello and welcome back to the Peak Endurance Podcast. I am your host, Ron Tate, and with me is
You just as bad.
our other illustrious host.
We're just as bad as each other.
uh,
We're hopeless.
uh,
Oops.
Isabel. Isabel is with us.
I forgot you didn't even say my name.
She's our illustrious
Yeah.
host.
Yes, that's me.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is another smooth, seamless
Oh God, we're
introduction.
we're getting better and better. Like
We are.
seriously, it's like
Anyone would think we knew what we were doing.
yes, yes. This is what happens when you do an edit-free podcast.
Yeah, that's right.
Because if we edited it, we would have stopped, redone it until it was just
You would
pro.
never
You
know.
know what? I reckon the listeners wouldn't enjoy our podcasts as
That's
much
right.
if they didn't hear all our stuff up. So I think that's
That's
part of the
right.
fun.
If they
Let us know. Let us know if you appreciate
They wanted smooth and seamless. Listen to
reality.
someone else.
Yeah, they'd listen to, someone good. I
Hmm.
mean,
No,
professional.
yeah, that's it.
Yes.
So
Which we will never be accused of being.
a shout out to our editing team,
Yeah.
wherever they are,
Mm.
whoever they
Oh, yes, yes.
are.
Seeing as we don't have one.
We don't have one, so
Yes, yes. And it
hmm.
was funny because I was talking to these, oh God, I'm looking at getting a VA because I have so much work to do. I'm struggling so much. I mean, you know it, Ron. I'm
Yeah,
working 7 days a week and I'm still struggling. Um, and I was speaking to these people, but they saying they're way out of my league. Like it was super expensive, and it's like they want someone to work for me full time. I'm like, no way. Anyway, she
hmm.
goes, "Oh, and I see you've got a podcast." She goes, "So who edits that?" And I went, "Nobody." I said, "It's an edit-free podcast." She goes, "Oh, so you do it in one take?" And I'm like, "Yep."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, you could almost hear the horror in her
Is
voice."
there any other way?
Oh
I
no,
don't.
like seriously. I mean, honestly, I just think having the little, errors makes it more interesting. It
It
makes us
does.
more realistic.
Yes.
When I upload it to Riverside, it comes up saying, delete this whole section. It has nothing to do with the podcast. I'm like, but that's the
That's the
point.
point. Yeah. If it doesn't have anything to do with the podcast, it has everything to do with the
That's
podcast.
right. So I'm like, yeah, nah, Riverside AI, you don't know. And this is the thing, that's AI.
Yeah.
AI thinks it knows what
We'll edit
people
that.
want. Yeah, we'll edit that out. It thinks it knows far right what people want, but
Yeah.
AI literally doesn't.
No.
It doesn't. I'm hoping that people always say that it's like having a conversation with your
Yeah.
friend. Now, when you talk with your friends, it's never a perfect
No,
conversation, is it?
no, that's right. And you never stop it and edit it and then
Yeah.
start again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes I wish I could when I say stupid things, which is a regular occurrence for me,
Yeah.
which is why often after seeing friends, I go home and spend the night unable to sleep going, you said what?
I can't believe
Oh my
Isabel. I can't
God,
believe
you
Isabel.
more. Oh, what do people think? Oh, you're such a dick. That's my general thoughts after catching up with
Mm.
friends.
I'm hoping if I say this often enough to Isabel, it gets stuck in her head on maximum cycle when I look at her and go, "Oh, Isabel."
Oh, that's you're
I've said
saying
that
every
I've said
day.
that a couple of times this week.
Oh, Isabel, it's that comment
Oh,
is
Isabel.
said to me every time I do something stupid.
Yes.
Like when I shut my head in the door. I was shutting the door to the garage and I didn't get my head out of the way in the time. Oh, and it's really sore. And I hit the door on my head, and all Ron could hear was a thunk.
Thump. Well,
And
how
I
did
come
she
run over
know?
going, oh. And he's like, what did
And
you
I
do? Did you bang your head on the door on the way out? I said, no, I shut the door on my head.
and I said, "Oh,
Oh.
Isabel."
And what else did you say it for? You said it
I
when I
said it, I
poured the
said it,
water
yeah,
all over
when
you
I was when
accidentally.
I was washing the frying pan, and you thought that was the best time to pour a whole jug of water into the sink, i.e., into the frying pan, which then washed straight out of the frying pan and down the front of me.
So it wasn't out of the frying pan into the fire. It was
No, it was
out of the frying pan into a swimming pool.
yes, and
And it looked like he weighed
yeah,
himself.
so I was my pants were completely saturated,
And
and
he was just like, oh,
and
Isabel. And there was something else I did this week that you said it, something that could potentially be construed as dangerous to me, which is generally when it happens, like
yeah,
when I lick large,
lick
sharp knives.
That gives me the shivers when you do that. When like you lick the steak knife or lick the carving knife or
Not the
something.
carving knife when I've licked that thing. I don't think I've licked a steak knife. I don't
No.
think I'm that stupid.
No. Oh, just the thought of
It was like when I was a little kid, my mum said, and we had the electric coil cooktop. My mum said, go and check if the cooker's still on. She was talking with a friend in the sunroom. And me being the brains of the family, I didn't go and look at the dials. No, no, what I did was I put my hand on each one,
it.
on each coil. And it wasn't on anymore, but by God, it was still fucking hot. And I burnt the shit out of my hand. My mum just heard this scream when I put my hand on. I'm sure she went, oh,
Oh,
Isabel.
Isabel.
And actually, you saying that, it really reminds me of how my dad used to talk to me too, because I just used to walk around the house and things would be destroyed in my wake. I don't know how it happened. I used to wash the dishes and, I'd be washing a cup and you'd be holding the handle and you'd lift the cup up to take it out of the sink and I would have just the handle in my hand. Literally, that used to happen to me. So it's like, I just don't understand it. It's something about me.
Yeah, you are a one-man wrecking crew.
Yes, I have a tendency to do that, which
Yep.
is, yes, why I was never trusted with anything decent.
Let me say lack of patience, lack of spatial awareness.
Yeah, that could be that one. Especially when you shut your own head in a door. Like, how the hell does that happen?
What you need is you need whiskers like a cat.
I do.
You'd never see a cat opening or
Shutting the door.
shutting the door on their head because they've
I
got
can
whiskers.
understand opening a door in your head, but shutting it on, like, how the hell do you do that?
I don't
Takes a
know.
special talent
I
to,
don't know.
yeah, I don't know. I think it's more that I'm just not concentrating most of the
Yes.
time. I'm off somewhere else in my head. Um, and
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 you're
I,
rushing.
I'm rushing. It's not so much that I'm not patient, but I'm not here. I'm not
Yeah.
present. I'm not present.
Yeah.
I'm off,
On to the next thing.
yeah, in my
Already.
head. I'm just,
Yeah.
it's a bit, a
Hmm.
bit, you don't know what it's like in my head. It's a bit like this constantly.
A little bit scary.
Yeah, it can be. It's a bit dizzyifying.
That's, uh,
As Nikki said when I met you, that you are the calm to my chaos.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you meant to go, no.
Yeah. I
Uh,
try to be anyway. Sometimes it doesn't work. I try to be.
is my chaos.
Sometimes it can be overpowering.
Yes.
Sometimes it comes out on top.
Or I mean, is it like, does it become you too? No?
No, not really. No,
Okay, that's
no.
good.
I'm not a chaotic person.
No,
I
you're
think.
absolutely not. You're not.
Yeah.
You're not. Mm. We've just spent, half an hour on another one of my chaotic things.
Another another
Um,
Isabel has popped up
yes.
because we are doing some road gaming
Regaining tomorrow.
tomorrow.
And of course, being the blind bat that I am, I need my special reading uh, orienteering glasses. That they're protective glasses, white, clear,
Hmm.
but with little reading glasses in the bottom. And of course, can't find them for
Fine.
love nor money. We've just ripped the house apart,
Yes.
haven't we? We would have
Yep.
started this podcast half an hour ago.
We know she used them a month ago at the last road game that we
But
did.
to be fair, I was sick
Yeah.
and I wasn't really with it
Yeah. So
at all.
what's happened to them since then? We're
I
not
think
really
maybe I left
sure.
them in England.
Yes. Yes. I think you might have left them in England.
Because every time I can't find something, I start freaking out, going, I left it in England.
For the 2 weeks after we got home, apparently everything had been left. We came home with empty suitcases. Everything had been left in England. Everything that wasn't immediately visible was
But
left
of
in
course,
England.
I always find it. And then I'll be
Yes.
like, it's okay. I didn't leave it in England.
So it's come a bit of a catch cry. Whenever Isabel can't find anything,
Yeah,
it's been left in England. Whether we took it or
or
not,
not.
or whether she's used it since then or not. No, it's
Doesn't
left
matter.
in England.
Doesn't matter. But yeah, I think I left those glasses in England.
Yes, I think so.
And I don't think we're ever seeing them again. I think I may have to purchase another pair. They're only like
Possibly.
$30. They're not expensive. They're just really handy. And I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's
Hmm.
just, it's just, it's just, it's annoying because it's just annoying
Yeah.
because it's how I live and then I panic because I always know I'm going to be worried that I can't find things,
Mm.
which is why I like to pack early because I know I'll have lost 20 things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
Anyway, I'm
yes.
sure
Poor Ron, what he has to put up with.
we'll probably find them when we least expect it.
Yeah. When we go back to
Ah,
England.
or maybe the day after you bought another pair.
Yeah, probably that's normally what I remember when I was living in Canada. I bought this really awesome Yeti coffee cup, and then I went to do a run with a friend, and I remember walking in with the Yeti coffee cup, and I back in the house, I never saw it again, and so I had to buy another one, and I literally have no clue what happened to it. Like, and I spoke to my friend, they never saw it, and it wasn't in my car, wasn't in their car, wasn't in any cars, and like I don't know.
Hmm.
So it's just a thing I have. And I bought another one going, well, now it'll turn up, but no, it didn't.
No, it didn't. Okay.
And I'm thinking probably these glasses are going to be much the same
Yeah.
because I was at the end of that run, I was just shoving shit in the car. There was no rhyme nor reason to it.
No, when we decided we were gonna, because originally we were planning on staying the night, but when we decided we were gonna drive back home straight away, we didn't bother packing. We just threw everything in the back of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
car.
And it was so disorganized.
Yeah.
And like, we came home and unpacked and normally I keep the glasses with the compasses and I put the compasses and the pens and everything back in the special bag, my Barclay bag.
Yep.
And I went there before and the glasses weren't there.
Hmm. Yes, and so we've looked everywhere. We've looked
Yeah.
where they should be. We've looked where they shouldn't be, which is, normally where they end up being.
Yes.
But yes, haven't found anything.
No,
So
no. So anyway,
anyway, yeah.
as my father used to say, what did he say?
Oh,
When Mr. Nobody, oh, must be Mr.
of
Nobody, Isabel, because it was
course.
like, oh, it wasn't
It
me.
wasn't
Oh,
me.
who was it then? I don't know. And he goes, Mr. Nobody. It must be Mr. Nobody. Mr. Nobody misplaced it, Isabel. Is that right? Yes. So it was Mr. Nobody did
Yep,
it.
that's right.
Yeah. And anyway, so,
So what have we been doing?
oh my God.
Oh,
We've been
yeah.
we went and did Macedon Trail Run
Yes.
because I won't say we went and ran it.
No, we did.
We did it.
Um, so it was 50 Ks around Mount Macedon, which is in the northwest of Victoria, or heading
Anywhere near
west,
Coolangatta
nowhere near Coolangatta, I'm afraid, or the Gold Coast.
or England. Yeah.
So yeah, we went up there. We at the last minute we decided, we couldn't be bothered getting up super early in the morning, so we booked a an
Airbnb.
Airbnb, which was a fairly interesting little bungalow setup out the back of someone's
We think
house.
it was probably like their home office,
Yeah,
and they've obviously retired, so they turned it into an Airbnb. So
yeah,
it's just a bed and a bathroom.
yes, that's
Which,
right.
but you know what? That was all we
That was all we
needed.
needed,
That was
all
all
we
we
wanted.
needed. And they had food for us, so we were
Yeah,
having little cheese and crackers, and
yeah.
it
We
was
we got
lovely. It was
there.
fine.
We got there about three
Yeah, about
o'clock,
3 o'clock in the
about three
afternoon.
o'clock
Yeah,
in the afternoon, and then we were out, up and out at 6:30 the
yeah.
next
So we
morning.
didn't even
So
have a shower there. They didn't have to clean the
no,
bathrooms. She gave us a great review. Oh my God, it looks
yeah,
so tidy and clean. Yeah,
yeah.
because we didn't do
Didn't do
anything.
anything. We basically had dinner and then went to bed.
Yep.
So yeah, so we decided to do that, and then we got up the next morning and went up to Macedon. And fair to say, neither of us were really feeling on our game. We were both,
My game was in England.
yeah, I'm sure we'll find your game with your glasses.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um, so yeah, we started out, and um, you were having some leg issues.
I just what it no, what it wasn't just leg issues. I was just like feeling weird. Like right from the start, my legs felt like they were filled with concrete.
Yeah,
I was having really sore ankles. This old quad pain that I used to
that's right.
get
Yeah,
many years ago flared up. And then for the first 20 Ks, I was getting heart palpitations.
and you had an issue with your Achilles slash
Yeah, oh
calf.
my God, my Achilles was killing me. Um, and yeah, heart palpitations, which I haven't had for years, basically since I've met you, because you've obviously helped me regulate myself because I used to get bad palpitations all the time, but they've gone since I met you because you are calm. Um, but they came back like everything. I just felt weird, like,
Hmm.
and I was burping constantly. I felt incredibly nauseous. About was barely able to eat for the entire run. We
Yeah,
both felt kind of
yeah,
nauseous, didn't we?
yeah, we did.
We both struggled to eat, but normally I don't struggle like that. But I was just like, oh, I feel actually sick right from the get-go. Palpitations, sore ankles, sore Achilles, sore quad. Then my knees started hurting from the Rocky Diet.
Yeah.
It was just a bad
We
day
both,
out.
I had like an OT bar, one of those OT bars, and you had a muesli bar or something.
I had an OT
Oh,
bar
you had an
and
OT bar, sorry.
half a Cliff Bar. That's
And
all I ate for 50
I
Ks.
had one bite from the Cliff Bar and decided I couldn't
Stomach it.
stomach it, and that was all I ate.
You only ate one bite of a Cliff Bar?
And the
The
OT,
OT bar.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, so I ate more than you,
yeah.
so I'm the
So,
winner. But yeah. But essentially we ate actually
yeah,
I drank 2 liters of
yeah,
water. I drank
yeah.
a lot of water, which for me that's very unusual. Normally I don't drink much water, do I?
No, you don't.
Because I don't really get thirsty, but I just felt so
Mm, yeah.
out of sorts, and just ugh. And it was not a problem-free run. So Ron asked me, "Oh, should we use poles?" And I'm like, "Ah, from what I remember of it, no, we don't need to use poles." Of course, that was 12 years ago, and I don't
Yeah,
know why. A, you rely on my prodigious memory, but B, we rely on the memory of someone who was quite fast and strong back in the day. And back in the day, nobody used poles, so we were
yeah,
used to doing courses without poles. And also, I reckon this one had probably more climbing this time because we went up the Camel's Hump twice.
yeah.
And by God, we were wishing we had poles right from the
Right from the
get-go.
get-go. Yeah, yep. We regretted that move.
Because I said no poles for Wonderfalls, and we regretted that.
Yeah.
And then I said no poles for, but I did
So
say let's have
yeah,
poles at the last
because
big station.
we knew
I remembered the final
the
climb.
final climb, which is in the last ish kilometers
Mm.
of the race, was we knew was going to be fairly steep. So we put our poles at the drop in a drop bag
For the
at
44K, which also
yeah
happened to be 35K.
yeah. So so yeah, we were planning on just picking the poles up for the final climb.
Yeah.
But
We were so desperate for
we
them, we picked them up at
yeah,
35.
we picked them up the first time through.
But
Um, and the whole time we were regretting, even because we had contemplated leaving them at the start finish, which we
I
have
don't
it
really
at
remember
30
that.
kilometers.
Yeah.
But we figured from there it was downhill to
It's
the
like,
next
nah, it'll
station.
be
So
right. It's not that bad.
yeah,
Anyway, and then we were going to pick them up at 44, and I said to Ron, I'm picking them up at 35. Like,
yeah,
I know we haven't planned for that, but I need the poles. Like, oh
yeah,
my God, not just for the uphill, but for the downhill too, because my knees were bloody killing me
yeah.
by that stage.
So we stopped there. We also had a couple of bottles of water in the
We
bag.
thank
So
God because I refilled my
yeah,
pack.
so we topped Isabel's water up. We grabbed the poles and we set off, and Isabel opened hers up, all great, marching off. I opened one up, yep, opened.
And I did this. Oh,
The
fucking.
next one I went to open up, and it wouldn't open.
Yeah.
And no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't get
I
the,
even tried with my teeth
yeah, to get
because my
that.
teeth are good at opening poles.
And to say
He was bashing it against trees.
I was bashing it against trees, I was
It
almost
was
bashing
lucky
it against my head.
yeah, it was lucky because they're carbon fiber that you
I
can
had,
completely destroy them.
yeah, I had a rock,
We're pouring water on them, trying
yeah,
to lube them up.
and
Oh, it
it
was a
wouldn't
nightmare.
open. So I was stuck
Poor Ron was so
stuck
distraught.
with one
You could
pole.
just see his mood just go,
My
oh, it was like a little boy.
boys well and truly left the cot.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
There were swear
yeah.
words. There were
Chucking a
there was a
tanty.
tantrum.
It
There was a
was a
full
tanty.
blown tantrum.
Yeah.
My shoulders dropped, my head drooped,
Oh, he looked so sad. And I just marched off going,
I was at that point thinking, I think I'm wrecked now. Like
yeah, yeah. Because
not only was
eventually,
I not looking forward to going up the hill, but it had just ruined my mood.
yeah.
And
And this was, 10K
yeah,
before the hill.
we still had a sizable loop to
Yeah.
get to the hill.
And I'm like, go on, Ron, in Barclay, my pole broke. And, after I gave the other pole back, I used one pole and it's not that bad. Mind you, it was bad. I just didn't tell him that. And I got a really sore back from twisting using one pole. But I'm like, come on, you can do it.
Yeah.
And you did. You did
I
so
tried.
well. I
I
kept
made a
telling him this.
concerted effort to go, right, well, this is what's
This
happened.
is
I
the
can't
cards I've been
change it.
dealt. Yeah.
So I'm just going to try and use it as best I can. So basically, I went with one pole and one hand on my knee.
Yep. And I did
And
say to Ron at the time, think about how we can discuss this in the podcast about dealing with problems and problem solvings in ultras and
yeah,
whatnot. He's like,
so
oh, yeah.
I wasn't really impressed with that argument, to be honest. Um, yeah, so we did that 10K loop, and that was it. That was quite undulating. So
Yeah,
there were a
it's
few.
actually, quite a nice leap if we
Yeah,
weren't grumpy
yeah,
and feeling like crap. We were just so ready for it to be
yeah,
over. We have just lost so much conditioning. Like we're
yeah,
still fit, like we're fit because we run, we're fit,
yeah.
like compared to the average person. But for an ultra runner, we're not fit.
No,
And not conditioned to the long kilometers and on that hard sort of trail. And my feet were killing. Yours were too.
haven't
Both
been.
of us, our
Yeah,
knees were killing.
haven't been in the hills a lot.
No, we've
Um,
done no
our
hill.
last big run was pretty much 400 meters of climbing or 500 meters of climbing.
Well, it was a bit more than that. The
Was it?
35K down
Yeah,
at Rye, was that only
it
I
was.
thought it was like 700.
Oh, I don't
Still,
know.
still
Yeah,
it was diddly squat.
yes,
It was diddly squat
and it was
climbing.
all runnable hill.
Yeah, which was
Um,
pretty bad too, because we
yeah,
were both feeling shit for
yeah.
that.
So, yeah, the steep stuff really hit us hard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um, and yeah, so we got to the bottom of this climb,
And
and
we decided to just smash it out, didn't we?
yeah, there was a few people, like there was a group of people up ahead, and we we thought, all right, well, we'll just use them as a gauge, and we'll just
Try
because
and catch them.
in a race, that's kind of what you do. You go, right,
Mm,
there's some people up there, I'll see if we can catch them, and you use that as your motivation to
mm.
keep moving. And so we set off, and we may have set off a little bit too quick.
Yeah. I said that to you at one point. I think I burned all my matches.
Way up because the climb got really steep, like big steps, like
Oh my
you know,
God.
thought
What is it called?
they called it the goat track,
Yeah, the goat track.
and there were like knee-high
Oh
steps.
my God.
Um,
And we were halfway up and we looked at the map later. It was only like 700 meters.
it's going forever, and halfway up, I was thinking, I don't know how I'm going to get up the rest of this.
Yeah.
I just don't know how I'm going to do
No,
it.
and that's when I said I had to stop and I waited for you because of course I had two poles.
Yeah.
And I said, I think I burnt my matches. I don't know if I could go any further.
Uh, Thankfully, that didn't go all the way up the
Because
hill.
they've shut the cross,
Yeah,
there's a memorial cross there. We had to go a different way. So then it went to more douche grade
yeah.
hill,
We went back to douche grade up.
yeah, which was still it's steeper
At
than
that,
standard douche, but
that's
yeah,
right. And at that point in the
compared,
race, yeah.
yeah, it was that was just oh my God, it was
But
just
yeah, so I had, like I say, one pole, one hand on my knee, and just trying to,
yeah. And of course it was advertised as the a part of the reason I said no poles was it said it was 1700
yes.
meters climbing.
So
It was over
it's
2000 meters.
2,100 meters of
Well,
climb.
one of my athletes, she got
Oh,
2200.
did she?
She got over 2200 meters climbing on her thing. You got 2100 and I got like 2070 because Garmin always robs
Yeah.
me.
So yeah, so it was a tough day out.
Oh,
By the time
my
we
legs,
finished,
when we finished, I was in
oh,
so much pain.
yeah.
So much pain
And
with
then
my
we
legs.
then we had to walk, 200
Oh,
meters to the car, and
oh,
that
felt like five
yeah,
kilometers.
that felt like we did another 50K race.
Yeah.
It was so far.
I used my poles to get back to the car just to walk.
So that
Oh, it was just,
oh
oh, it was just, oh,
yeah, so we really need to work
oh,
more.
do some training. We need to
Do
try.
some proper
Well, because we're feeling better now. I don't know about you, but
yeah.
I'm certainly feeling a lot better now. So I think I could actually do some training now, but
Mm.
we just haven't been able to. It's not
We've
been by design.
I was thinking about it just yesterday, actually, and we have been away
Oh
for
God.
5 of the last 6 weekends.
Oh, what?
Yeah, 5 of the last 6 weekends we've been away.
So last
So,
weekend was Macedon. The weekend before was
right.
right. The weekend before we were home.
Um, no, I was home. You weren't home.
Oh my God, I was in Queensland.
Yep.
Yeah, I was away 3 weekends in a row. That's
Yep.
why I'm tired.
The weekend before that was the
Road
road game.
game, yes.
And then
Oh my God.
the
So no
week
wonder I'm fucked.
the week before that we were at home, and then the week before that was Wonderfalls.
Oh my God.
So,
Really? One
yeah,
Force was only 2 weeks before the Rogaine.
yeah,
Huh.
I'm pretty sure.
Felt
And
like a
then
month.
and that weekend we did the 40K road.
Oh my God, in between we did the 40K
Yeah.
road. Oh, and that was horrible too.
So,
Oh, it's just
um,
been, oh my
yeah,
God.
so
I'm shattered.
we're just tired. Like life has been tired for us, and I'm not complaining. It's our choice. We've chosen to do that.
When you say we,
but we have had the discussion that
It's more me
we might just,
signing me ass up because we're going away tomorrow too.
yes, we might just pull it
God.
back after this weekend. We might just pull it back a little bit and
Oh,
spend a little bit more time
oh,
around
I
home.
just want to have weekends where we can sleep in. I just need to rest.
Yeah. So yeah. So tomorrow we'll be away all
And it's
out all
not
day
easy
and
away. It's not like we're in an Airbnb. We're sleeping in the car, which
yeah,
is not the leopard. I mean, it's fine. We're fine with it, but
yeah.
I do think we need a new
It's
mattress because you can kind of my hip
mm.
digs into the board underneath the mattress. But anyway, um, yeah, it's
So
been God, geez, are
it's
we?
been a busy 2 months.
Oh. And really, before that, 4 weeks before Wonderfalls, I did the Myla, and 2 weeks before that, we were in England.
Yeah.
So it's like it's been, and like we spent 4 or 5 weeks in the UK. I've been to America this year. I've been sick a lot this year, clearly,
Mm.
and it's been an exhausting year, hasn't
Yeah,
it?
it has.
So I'm not surprised, and that's why we've shut down any more racing. Like we don't consider the Rogaine racing,
No,
do we?
no. I mean, we are tomorrow
We're going to make
planning.
more of an effort than last
Yeah,
time.
planning on doing a bit more running,
Yeah,
but
well,
it's
because I'll be
obviously
able to run.
it's very course dependent,
Yes.
and we don't know what the course is going to be.
Yeah.
So obviously, when we get there and we get the map, we'll figure out exactly
But
how
like
much.
last time we got there, we spent 5 minutes
Yeah,
deciding our course. We're
yeah,
getting there early. But when I used to do road games, I always used to allow an hour to figure out the
yeah,
course. But we kind of got there. Like, I don't think you fully understand what it was involved. And so you were like, no, no, we've got plenty of time. And we kind of didn't.
yeah.
But you'd never done a road game before.
No,
I thought you had. So
no,
anyway,
no.
so we're going to allow more time, and sit there and actually design a proper
Yeah.
course.
We watched.
Especially after watching that because
Yeah,
we
we
did
watched a
the
we watched
Zoom.
a Zoom
Yeah,
or
we spoke about
yeah.
that last time. So
So
yeah, we've learned a bit from that.
learn a bit from that. So we'll approach it slightly differently,
Yeah,
and hopefully we'll see what happens.
yeah.
We're not sure how long we'll be out there for. Like
Once
the
again, we're not competing.
no,
So, it's a 15-hour game, starts at midday. So potentially that means being out till 3 a.m. And quite frankly, we're too tired for
yeah,
that. Like, I'm happy if we go to like 9 or 10 o'clock,
yeah,
honestly, because I'm just using this for learning and
mm,
and training and practicing. I'm not there for sheep stations, and I
yeah,
know you definitely aren't.
no,
And I just don't think it would be good for me to be out there till 3 a.m.
yeah, yeah. So we're just going there, have a bit of fun, a bit more practice.
Yeah, and
See
this
what
time I'll actually be able to concentrate. Mind you, I won't be able to see shit because I don't have my glasses. So far right. It's always something.
there is always something.
Anyway,
So yes, that's our busy life right now.
yes.
Like I
And I
say,
know we're complaining,
we're
but
complaining, but it's
it's,
our
it's
choice.
funny
And
because when we spend lots of time at home, I'm like, I'm bored. I'm so bored. I get bored very easily, peoples.
she does.
I do. I need chaos in my life, for me to feel like
It's a constant juggle.
it
It
is.
goes from being on board to I'm so tired.
Everyone's like, oh my God, all Isabel does is whinge, pull it
So
on. Yeah, I
it is
do.
a bit of a juggle.
Yeah. Everyone's trying to keep me happy. But
But
yeah,
we get through life.
yeah. I mean, it's a good problem to
It,
have,
it
isn't it?
it does. It keeps us on our toes and it keeps life interesting.
Can we make it just uninteresting for just 2 weeks?
Yeah,
Just 2 weeks.
until you say I'm bored.
Yeah, until I say I'm bored again.
Yes.
Alrighty, so what are we talking about today?
Today we are talking about the 10 running myths that need to
Die.
die.
Yes, okay. So we're
Right.
busting myths. Those old beliefs in running that just seem to hang around like a bad smell.
Yep.
Even though science, experience, and a lot of miles under our legs tell us, or everybody's legs tell them something different.
Yeah.
And the reason we're talking about this is because these myths hold runners back. They can cause injuries, burnout, and quite frankly, unnecessary stress. So let's
Yep.
kill them off,
Let's
Ron.
kill them off. All right, let's talk about the first one.
What's the first one, Ron?
Is more miles equals better results.
Which, to a certain extent, yes. Like when you're a beginner runner, like at that point, yes, more mileage. And certainly, like, with marathon training, better results are correlated with higher mileage, but not endless
Yeah,
mileage. So yes, there is a point. Like if you're on low mileage, if you increase mileage, you will get better and better and better. But there comes the law of diminishing returns.
that's right. And everyone's point is different.
Exactly. Like we've discussed, Ron's
Yeah.
point is different to mine.
Yep.
And while I've been sick, my point has been different to my normal
Yeah.
point. So
That's right.
there's so many factors.
Yeah. When you hear about these, elites people saying, "Oh yeah, no, on a slow week or on a short week, I run 160 kilometers or 100 miles a week." I look at that and go, "There is no way my body would break down in 2 weeks if I tried to run
But you also have to
160
remember
kilometers."
these elite athletes run that quicker.
Yeah.
Right? So, when they talk about that, they're talking less time. If you look at
Yeah.
their time, it would be way less. Like when I was doing marathon training and I was doing 130 Ks a week, that's way less time than now when I do 130 Ks, A, because I'm slower, but B, because I'm in the mountains now
Yep.
more. And so obviously that's going to be slower. So miles aren't all equal. It also depends on
Mm.
where you're running them,
Yep.
but also, yeah, basically elite runners are faster than us mere mortals. So their training gets done in a faster time, which is less load. So 100 miles for Jim Walmsley is different to 100 miles
Yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
Because he is going to be a shit ton quicker than me.
Plus, plus they have a lot more time to do it in.
Yeah, and they've got more time. He can then come home and just rest. He
Yeah.
doesn't have to then come home, jump on the computer and work for the next 8 hours.
Yeah.
Or like you, just do a physically demanding job.
Yeah.
So he gets to come home and rest,
Mm.
and then do a bit of mobility and this and that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's right.
that's it.
Prepare his body for the next big day tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So
So,
overtraining is actually one of the biggest causes of burnout and injury in
yeah.
in running, and especially ultra running, because people think, or I think people are starting to learn now that more mileage doesn't always equal, better, because I think people are learning that, but it's still and once again, overtraining. It could be just you jumping from 50K to 80K a week. I'm not saying it has to be 100-mile weeks that we're talking here.
Hmm.
It's just doing too much for your body.
Yeah.
So you've got to find that sweet spot for your body. But it takes trial and error.
Hmm.
And potentially a coach can help with that.
Yeah. That's right.
All right, Ian.
And
Yeah,
and
sorry.
like you said, it takes building it up consistently.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's it. You can't just jump from
Yeah.
50K weeks to 80K weeks going, I've got to build my mileage. You've got to
Yeah.
go 50K week, 55K week, 58K week,
Yep.
60K week, drop back to 50, then, and then
Yeah.
build up again.
Yeah.
And then go, okay, now we started from the 50, we go back up to 58, then 65.
Yeah.
It's a gradual process that you need
Yes,
to build up
it
with.
is. Yep.
All right, myth number 2, strength training makes runners bulky. Now, I used to do bodybuilding and we would deliberately try to get bulky. And one of our things was you can't keep muscle if you do cardio. Cardio is, we mustn't do cardio because cardio destroys your muscle. What do you think running is?
It's strength work.
Cardio, you
Yeah.
goose.
Oh, sorry.
Really? Strength work.
Well, strength work for your legs, it is.
Yeah, but it's cardio. So if you're doing all that cardio, there's no way you can get big and bulky, right? It's just impossible. And bodybuilders go to the gym like 6 to 7 days a week. Also, their diet is completely different. It is way like I know. Oh my God, my diet when I was bodybuilding was just shit. I hated it. I mean, I love protein, but there's only so much fucking chicken you can eat and rice, right? And I used to take all my special foods everywhere. It's the most antisocial sport with your diet.
Yeah.
And like no, it's carbs. I love carbs. So it's bulk comes from diet as well and your training style, not just from the number of squats you've done.
Yeah.
And also they're training super, super heavy
They are. I mean, we see some of the people at the gym that we go to.
because it's a real bodybuilding
It
one.
is a real bodybuilding, and some of those guys are, you know, lifting 3 times as much as we are. Like, there's that one guy who on the squat on
Oh my
the
God.
he
He
has
did,
to
yeah,
uses such heavy weights. He has to tape his knees up, like or strap his knees
strap his knees because
before he does.
he reckons he's got bad knees. And I said to him, "Oh nah." I said my knees would snap if I even
Yeah,
if I did half of what you did. So
yeah. But he's got six, of the
massive plates on
20,
each side.
25 or whatever they are, 25 kilo weight
Yeah,
on
yeah.
each side of it, and yeah.
Yeah,
And his legs are big.
yeah,
His
yeah,
legs are very big.
yeah.
Yeah, so we're never going to get that big, I'm afraid.
No, no, we never are because A, our knees won't allow us to push those kind of heavy weights.
Yeah.
And also we wouldn't be able to run if we're pushing
No.
those heavy weights like the next day. And I mean, when I say strength runners need to train heavy, that's heavy for runners,
Yeah.
not heavy like a
Yeah.
bodybuilder.
That's right.
Okay.
Two very different heavies.
Very different heavies.
Yeah.
Okay. Heavy for a runner,
Hmm.
right? And so, it's strength training makes us resilient. So it's super important. And it's kind of a bit of, fires up your fast twitch muscle fibers as well, which can help with speed. So, and especially the way we do it, like, or I do it, you don't do it at the moment.
No.
I do a bit of plyo with the weights, or not plyo, but yeah, a bit plyo, whatever.
Mm.
Anyway, but that's because I've got this nerve thing in my leg and I'm trying to get that more responsive.
Yeah.
But you're not going to get bulky. It's just not going to happen. It's just not.
Yeah.
It can't. You're only doing strength training 2 to 3 times a week. You're not going to get
That's
bulky.
right.
I'm telling you that now from a
And if
bodybuilding background.
that's
It's not
right.
going to happen.
So doing strength work 3 times when you're running 5 to 6 times,
Yeah,
the running is always going to
we know.
win out.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Especially if you're in the gym for, I mean, for us on average around
30 to 40 minutes.
30 to 40 minutes, and then I'll run home for an hour.
Yeah,
So automatically,
yeah, that's right.
the strength work is null and void, or not. Sorry,
Not
not the
null and
strength work.
void.
The bulking up of
Yeah,
strength
yeah,
work is null
yeah,
and
yeah.
void.
That's right. There's no way you're going to
Yeah,
bulk up from, yeah, no, it's just not going to happen.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I mean, some people will more than other because it also depends on your body
Body, yes,
type.
yep,
But people who get into running tend to be the type of people that don't build a lot of
yes,
muscle.
yes.
So,
I could. I'm one of those people that could probably spend an hour in the gym every day and still never put on any bulk because
see, whereas I
I just
can
train.
bulk up a bit,
Mm.
which is why I got into the bodybuilding, because if I just focus on that, I can bulk for a woman, I can bulk
Yeah,
up. Not one of the huge bodybuilding women, but I can bulk up a bit more perhaps than other women. But even then, like,
mm.
yeah, it's just not going to happen, not with all the running.
Yeah,
It's just not.
yeah.
All right,
All
myth
right.
number
Myth number
3.
three, you must carbo load with pasta the night before a race.
I remember when I first got into running and even when we were mountain biking, there would be, these big pasta parties the night before and you'd eat these huge bowls of pasta and oh my God, with just a bit of tomatoey sauce on it, no protein, nothing. And no,
No,
carbo loading is not one meal. It is not one meal. It is 3 days where you take 8 to 10 grams of carbohydrate per kilogram of weight, potentially up to even 12 grams if you can stomach it. And that's over 3 days, right?
yeah.
So it's a structured process. It's not one giant bowl of pasta.
So would I be right in saying that if you ate just a giant bowl of pasta the day before, your body wouldn't extract the nutrients very well anyway because it's not used to it,
Yeah, it's not
and
used
you
to
would end
that
up just
much.
pulling it out anyway.
If you're lucky, otherwise you end up carrying it around with you
Yeah,
for the race
yeah,
and maybe pooing it out during the
yeah,
course
yeah.
of the race. Because that's probably what will happen. Your body's not used to such a huge load of carbs in one hit, and it goes, oh my God, evacuate,
Yeah,
expel this, and yeah, you get a
yeah.
sore stomach.
Hmm.
So, what you need to do is focus on more carbs in the 3 days. We don't, it's not, you don't need to do all this, like they used to do, which was a week before carb depleting, and then, with the speed, some heinous workout, and then no carbs, and then really deplete the body and then load. You don't need to do that anymore because they found, you can just get the same effect just
Yeah.
by a standard structured 3-day carb load.
Hmm.
So that's what you can do,
That's
and
right.
that is what you
I
do.
mean, well, I know I do, but we tend to have
Favor carb.
a fairly carb, not carb heavy, but carb higher diet.
Anyway, or
Anyway,
yes,
yes.
yes.
But
I mean, we don't go over the top with
no,
carbs, but and certainly when I'm creating carb loading protocols for people, I actually reduce the carbs in the dinner the night before, because I don't want them having a huge bolus in their
yeah.
stomach, right?
Hmm.
Because if they've carb loaded for that 3 days, it's fine to reduce it a bit by the dinner time the night before because I just want a bit less in their stomach.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's actually the opposite. You should
Mm.
your night before meal should not be the biggest meal.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
All right, myth number four, which I don't see too much of, but it is a saying people know. Pain is weakness leaving the body. Pain's
Yes.
actually a warning system. You want to know about it. You
Yeah. I
want to
mean,
feel it to a certain extent.
with the development of some certain social media personalities saying, pain is good, pain, you need
Mm.
more pain.
Sort of David Goggins
Yeah.
style, you're
Yeah.
talking. Yeah.
Pain is not always good, and especially when you get to an age when pain tends to mean a little more than I've
Mm.
just done a hard workout.
Like we need to listen to our bodies
Yeah.
because if we just like, I mean, we do kind of push through all the pain, but if you just mask it with painkillers, sometimes you do more damage to yourself because, like I said, pain is a warning system, and then you end up doing stuff that you shouldn't be doing, and
Mm.
therefore damaging that area more,
Yeah.
right? So, I will take, if it's a really important race, I will take painkillers in the race if
Yeah.
something's really hurting. But I tend to try not to during training sessions because I want to feel it and I want to run to the feel of
Hmm.
not doing too much for whatever it is. Right?
Yeah.
Which is why I don't take anti-inflammatories and that sort of stuff because that masks the pain and it gives a false sense of inflammation having left that area. And then you think you can do more, and then you come off them, and it's even worse because you've been damaging it while you've been masking it.
Mm.
So,
Hmm.
and yeah, so,
Yeah, and then that
you
tends.
generally don't take painkillers or anything anyway.
No, no. Something has to be really painful. Like when my knee was giving me pain,
You
like
were
specific
taking some
pain, I
anti-inflammatory.
took some anti-inflammatories then, but that
Yeah.
was only for a day or two until it
And
come
that was on my
down a little bit.
recommendation because I said we just need to, because sometimes what happens is, and this is based on research I've read, you get these pathways in your neural system and everything where the body's just expecting pain, and it almost becomes like it just feels the pain and it becomes deep seated in. And so, and sometimes what you need to do is just to change that neural pathway. You need to take a painkiller, stop the pain, so the body goes, oh, the pain can stop. I
Yeah,
don't always have to be prepared for this pain and tensed up, and allows the body to relax a bit. And then you just have that for a little while, and then it kicks back in to go back. It's almost like doing Control Alt Delete,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
To the pain.
yeah,
So that's what I was kind
yeah.
of wanting to do with you, and it
Hmm.
worked, didn't
Yeah,
it?
I did.
You know?
But
Um,
yeah, as a normal thing, I tend not to
yeah, yeah,
take painkillers.
yeah, yeah. And certainly I don't during training or anything like that. If I'm in the middle of a race and something is really hurting, then I will. Looks like a big
Yeah.
digger's turning up for next door.
Big,
So let's hope we the podcast can go ahead and it's not just
yes,
all noise.
big diggers just pulled up out the front of our house.
Jiminy Cricket, that's
That is a big one.
humongous.
Mm.
Anyway, it's a dig, it says on it.
Mm.
Alrighty, so ignoring pain can often lead to long-term injury. We talk about running through, niggles if it's around a 3 to 4 should be okay, but anything more than that, don't be popping painkillers just so you can run
Yeah.
through it.
Yep.
Okay.
It-
And when we run through our niggles, like we've spoken about it before, how I think in the last podcast I was saying how I am always, even if I'm running with a niggle, like with my hip, I'm always massaging it,
mm.
stretching it, whatever. I've actually forgotten what I was going to say.
Oh,
But oh yeah, I don't take any painkillers. Like
yeah.
it doesn't matter how painful it is. I don't take the painkillers because I want to make sure that I'm not pushing beyond
Yeah.
what I can.
Yep. Yep. You deal with you manage your pain through,
Change
mobility
it,
and yeah,
doing all of that
mobility and massage and
and slowing down a
yeah.
bit.
Yep.
Although it's hard to slow down more. All right, myth number
Myth
five.
number five, you need fancy shoes or gadgets to improve.
Yeah. Mind you, I have bought all the gadgets. So,
Yes,
and
you've
no, I
got
didn't improve.
you've got some pretty fancy shoes as well.
Yeah, yeah, I do love I
Yeah.
love a shoe.
Yep.
But well, I don't have anything overly fancy. Like I'm
No,
certainly not
no,
buying the
it's
Nova Blasts or whatever the
yeah.
hell the Alpha Flies. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I mean, shoes do matter. Like
Yeah, yeah.
there's a huge variety of shoes, and they matter to the individual. Like every person's feet are different.
Mm,
No two feet are the same. So just because John Smith down the street runs in these awesome shoes,
mm.
doesn't mean you can.
Yeah,
You need to
that's it.
find the shoes that suit you and
Yeah,
suit your foot and suit your stride.
yeah.
So shoes do matter, but not even the most expensive ones will work for you always, you
And
know.
they won't fix poor training.
No, that's exactly
They
right.
won't make you faster than your training has
Hmm.
made you.
Yeah, that's right.
Sadly.
You still, unfortunately, you still actually need to clock the miles in those shoes.
And not just clock miles, but actually do proper structured training.
Yeah,
Like people spend a fortune on shoes, but they won't pay for coaching.
yeah.
Like it just makes absolutely no sense to me because it's not the shoes making you faster. I'm telling you that
Mm.
now.
Shoes, you know, when they're talking about the carbon fiber shoes,
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff. I mean, we've watched a few YouTube videos on this, and they do make a difference. They make about a 1% difference
If
to
yeah.
the elite people
Yeah, yeah.
who are looking for an extra 10 seconds, an
Yeah, and
extra
they're going for
15
the one
seconds.
percenters, and I can tell you now they're probably not. Well, they're not paying for the shoes
No,
either.
for people like me, an extra or 15 seconds less in a race makes absolutely no difference. It's
Mm.
all about comfort.
Yeah,
It's all about being able to do the actual kilometers
yeah,
without my feet wanting to, you know,
fall off.
fall off and go and join someone else who's more sensible.
Yeah,
Um, so, you know, don't be fooled by all those, you know, fancy new shoes that
because there's lots
promise
of
all
them
that,
coming out.
yeah,
Yeah,
promise all these things. You have to ask the question, do I need that?
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, if you've got, you know, if you've got a spare $300-400 lying around that
Every
you
6 weeks, because that's
then
what you need with the
then
carbon
by all means
fibers.
buy these shoes, but don't expect that they're going to miraculously half your marathon time,
Yeah, yeah.
because that's not what they do.
No, and I've had a few athletes tell me they use the Alpha Flies and it hurt their feet so
Oh,
bad.
really?
Yeah, like
I mean,
so bad.
what I was talking about the on the YouTube, we
On the
watch
YouTube,
on the YouTube, we watch a guy
such an old
called
man.
Goran.
Yeah, we've spoken about him before. Yeah,
Yeah, who did some fairly specific
testing.
testing between,
He just got
shoes.
some random shoes off the internet that
Yeah,
had a carbon fiber plate, but they were like 50 buck.
yeah, the
Yeah.
$50 or €50, as opposed to the €300 Alpha Flyers, and there was a difference. The expensive shoes did help,
But it
but
was
it was
such a
like
small
it
percentage.
was seconds.
I mean, Goran was wrapped because he
Yeah,
wanted the Alpha Flies
yeah,
to win. But seriously, for us, that would be like, oh, fuck it, I'm getting the
yeah.
$50 pair of shoes. They sound
The
great. It was
differences
so
were so
comparable.
minor
Yeah.
that for us people,
Yeah.
um, makes no difference. And then actually did a test between the Alpha Flies and a pair of shoes that they were
They used
wearing
to wear for
back in
marathons.
the
Yeah.
80s or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And that difference was a little bit more
Yes.
because the
Yes.
shoes that he was wearing were pretty,
Oh God. They
uh,
were plimsolls
yes,
practically.
they were almost like running in Dunlop volleys.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there was a big difference, and shoes have come a long way
Yeah.
since
Yeah.
then.
Yeah. We're not saying,
Uh,
don't get a decent pair of shoes, but
yes,
don't pin all your hopes on your shoes to help
that's
you
right.
race.
And don't be fooled by, these great advertising campaigns that tell you have to have carbon plate and all that sort of stuff.
Especially for trail running.
Yeah,
Like you carbon fiber, what a waste. I mean,
just
in saying that, I've got some, but I didn't know they had carbon fiber. They were on special. I bought them
yeah,
and they hurt my feet so
yeah,
bad. It didn't matter that they were on special because I can't wear them.
yeah. So
I've got
just
them to go in the op shop bin.
find the shoes that work for you and be happy with that.
Yeah, yeah. And consistency, strength, proper training, and proper work on your mindset are the real upgrades that you
Yeah,
need.
yep,
And that's what you get with peak endurance coaching,
that's
quite
right.
frankly.
The best running hack known to man.
Yeah, is actually getting coaching.
Yeah,
Pardon me.
yep.
Alrighty, myth number 6, Ron, is that runners don't need mobility work. Skipping mobility is a
This
fast
is
track to stiffness and inefficiency.
this is your subject. I'll
I'm
leave this
walking
subject
like
to
an
you.
old Italian mama,
I'll leave this subject to you because
king as you walk
this is
along.
this is your wheelhouse, not mine.
Mobility keeps your stride healthy and efficient. In saying that, like I may walk better than you, but you run faster than me. So
Isabel watched me.
we talked
Be-
about it last
Yes,
podcast.
but also by I had quite terrible DOMs. You did too, but this week
You had way worse
I've been
DOMs than me.
suffering from DOMs, and I think it was Monday night, um, or it might have even been
I think it was
Tuesday.
Wednesday, but anyway.
No, I think it was Tuesday because I ran for the first time on Tuesday, and that made it even worse. And after sitting on the couch for a little while that night, I got up to do some dishes or do something. And as I walked across the lounge room, Isabel burst into tears from laughing so hard. And I think you laughed for about 5 minutes
Yeah,
at
like I did
what I,
last week. Well, it was like last week on the
yeah,
podcast. I couldn't stop laughing just thinking about the way you walk
yeah.
when you get up off that couch.
Oh,
It's you. I've got to video it. I've got to video it.
that's right.
I've got to
I
video it one day, and I'll put it up. And would you mind?
I can't stand up straight, so
God, it is
I'm
fucking
walking bent
hilarious.
over at a
He
45
look
degree
at his
angle.
90. He needs a Zimmer frame.
My knees don't work, my ankles don't work, my hips don't work, but
Hips don't lie.
I managed to get across the room
I
somehow.
don't know how.
It's
It's
not
like
pretty.
it's dull. It's like so far from pretty. It looks so painful.
And
I feel the pain.
there's an awful lot of grunting and groaning
Oh
coming
my
as well.
God, it's terrible. It's terrible. But you seem to manage. But I
I do.
reckon
And I
your
loosen
running would
up.
be better.
I do loosen like, you know, after walking backwards and forwards from the kitchen back to the lounge room, I
But it,
tend to
it
loosen
looks
up a little bit.
bloody
But
miserable. It
yeah,
looks miserable.
yeah.
It seriously does. Just saying.
Another awesome time is when I've finished a long run like we did last Sunday, and then immediately jump in the car for two
Mm.
and a half hours or 2 hours,
That
whatever it was, to
yeah.
drive home.
Yeah.
And then when we get out of the car at the other end,
Oh,
and I'm still in I stand up, but I'm still in the sitting position
yeah.
from the car.
Yeah. No, it's
Not to mention I had some terrible foot cramps.
yeah, even in
My
the car you were having
yeah,
foot cramps, but you were having weird cramps during the race too. Both of
yeah,
our bodies reacted really
yeah,
weirdly to that race. Like you had weird things
yeah.
going on too. Maybe not as many as me, but those foot cramps, like but that was because you said those shoes are tight around
Yeah,
the sides of your
they
feet.
are. And I need to get rid of those shoes.
Mm. You
It's
just
time for
need
them
get
to
the
go.
Asics Trabuco Max.
Yeah, and then at night, like the minute I lay down in bed that night, my feet started to cramp again, and I
Yeah.
couldn't uncramp them.
And that's when I said go have
That
some
was yeah,
Nurofen to relax the
I did
body.
have to get up and take some Nurofen just to
Yeah.
and that stopped it immediately. Like it relaxed my muscles,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, and
Well,
I
not
did
immediately, because otherwise that will have been uh the effect of uh placebo effect.
placebo.
Because
Yeah,
yes, it takes half an hour. I'm
yeah.
sure it took a little while,
Yeah,
but
but
yes.
I mean, when I got back into bed, I lay there for a little while, stretching my feet and not,
Yeah.
you know, so that probably helped as well. But yes, I
Yeah.
was able to sleep through the night without any
Yeah.
cramps. But yeah, oh, my feet just every time I moved my toes a little bit, my feet started to cramp.
Oh, yep,
So
yep. So yes, so mobility helps with everything
it does.
essentially. And I'm not saying you need to do mobility every single day after this, which we better get a crack on with this podcast, is I'm going to yoga, hot yoga, because I find that helps my
Yeah,
mobility when it's hot, because then I can actually move.
yeah,
And 3 times a week, 15 to 20 minutes. That's all it is.
yeah,
Much the same as the strength training, which is, 30 to 40 minutes, two to
yeah,
three times a week.
yeah.
Anyway, myth number
Moving
7.
on. Myth number 7, ultras are all about fitness.
Mm, yes.
Yes, we've discussed this many a time.
Yes, you
Fitness,
have to be fit.
fitness will
As evidenced by
is
Sunday.
yes, fitness is important. It's not the only thing, and towards the end of the race, it's probably not even the most important thing.
No, no. It's about what?
It's about mental strength and your willingness to battle through the
Mm.
mental demons that are telling you to stop.
It's also about problem solving, like with your
Yes.
polls,
Yeah.
and it's about fueling, which we didn't do,
Yeah.
because we both felt sick. God
Yeah.
knows why. So it's problem solving, fueling, mindset, and fitness.
Hmm.
And so you might be thinking we're talking ourselves out of a job with the coaching, but actually with the coaching, that's a lot of what we talk about with
Yes.
athletes too.
Yeah. We do.
And we have webinars about it, and all sorts of things. So it's actually inherent in the coaching,
Hmm.
but also doing the training itself helps you to do those things, because when you're in the middle of a 1K interval and you're at 500 meters and you feel like you can't keep going at that pace, that mental grit of pushing yourself to finish that 1K rep is what you're going to use in the last 20Ks of your ultra,
Yeah. That's right.
right? And if you're not fueling for your long runs or your quality sessions, that's going to teach you a lot of lessons that you will take with you into your races and those sorts of things. So it's everything.
Yeah,
But yes, the fittest runner isn't always the one who finishes first,
that's right. Especially, once you get into the ultras.
like
Um,
massive ultras.
yeah,
Yeah.
the 100 miles is, I'm told, I've never done one, but it's as much about strength of mind as it
Mm,
is about strength of body.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Mm.
Yeah, but even, I mean, I've had to use like just finishing that 50K took a lot of mental grit,
Yeah,
didn't it?
yeah,
So it
yeah.
it it,
It
it
did.
really it does. And even like finishing a 5K, pushing hard, racing a 5K hard, that's fitness, yes. But if you're the kind of person that backs off as soon as it gets painful, you're probably going to stop that 5K race at about 1 kilometer.
Yeah, and
So,
especially with a race like the race on the weekend that passed back through the start finish
oh,
at 30 kilometers.
yeah.
Um, it's
I was in my head, like we were coming up to the 30Ks, and I was like, oh, I just like we're so unfit. Maybe I should just pull the pin. Maybe I'll say to Ron, oh, we should just stop.
mm,
I'm fucked. I don't want to do this. And then I thought, no, quitting is a habit. Quitting is a
yeah,
habit. And so I didn't say anything to Ron.
yeah,
But later when we got home, I'm like, oh, I told him told Ron what I was thinking, and he was like, oh, if you'd said anything, I'd have been yes,
yeah,
100%. Let's pull the pin.
yeah. And
Yeah,
I also don't forget the experience of when we did the Wilson's Prom
yeah,
100.
yeah. That's right.
Wilson's
Oh.
Prom 100 passes through the start finish at 80 kilometers
And
and
I had
goes
just
out.
fallen and hurt
Yeah,
myself badly.
goes out for another 20-kilometer loop after
Yeah.
that.
And we got through, and it was dark when we
Yeah.
came in, and
And
cold, and I was bleeding.
I
And
was convinced for the final from 6 kilometer 60 to kilometer 80 that I was stopping at kilometer
oh,
80,
really? I
and
knew it was, but even before the race, you were talking
yeah,
about how hard you were going to find it. So I
yeah.
think you kind of convinced yourself
So
before the
yeah.
race, even.
And so it wasn't until really, that we got there and I was like, no, I can do this.
Mm.
It's,
Only 20 more K.
yeah, it's only 20 more Ks. I know I can do it. I
Mm.
don't want to do it,
Mm.
but I can do it.
Which is, and what that's such a good mindset to have. I don't want to, and you need to acknowledge
Mm.
how you're feeling,
Yeah,
but I'm still going to do it,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I did. What do you
Yeah,
know?
of
I
course you
did. I
did.
got it
Yeah, I
done.
knew you would.
Yeah,
I knew you would because you were freaking out it before the race. How am I going to do this? How am I going to go through the start? Oh, and I'm
yeah,
just like, oh, okay, whatever.
yeah. No, but it's
Yeah,
it's very intimidating for me to the idea that, I can pull the plug
yeah.
early, because I don't I'm not a very driven person in that respect, that
But I
and
think
I
part of the
find,
reason you were able to keep going was you didn't want to let me down
yeah,
too.
so I find that I'm intimidated by the fact that I could stop early
Yeah,
because I'm not necessarily driven enough to
yeah.
go
You're not that
further
invested in finishing.
when the race itself, you know I'm not in first place. I'm not in the top three. I'm down. I'm like,
That's not what it's about.
it would be so easy just to go, yeah, no, I've had enough,
Yeah.
and
And that
so
wouldn't
what?
bother you the next day?
I don't know. Probably not. I don't know.
All righty, myth number 8, recovery is passive. Just lie on the couch like we were talking about last week. Just lie
Yeah.
on the couch with a packet of Cheetos and watch Netflix for
Sounds
hours on end.
sounds great. Can
Mm.
we do that?
Oh God, I actually could do that. Like I'm just so tired. I just need a weekend of just doing that.
Yes.
True recovery, like this, we talked about this a lot last week. It includes nutrition, sleep, mobility, active recovery, going for a bit of a walk, or like the day after the race we just did, Macedon,
Macedon.
the next morning I went and did yoga.
Yeah.
And so I didn't go for a run, but I did the yoga, and and maybe that's why my DOMS wasn't as
Mm.
bad as yours, because I
Yeah.
kind of moved a little bit, and it really helped. Passive rest alone is not enough. And my big thing is nutrition. And to be fair, normally after a race, I can eat easily.
Mm.
I couldn't eat. You ate more than me,
Yeah.
and even for dinner, I couldn't eat.
We had plans of going out
For an
for
all you can
all you
eat.
can eat and, stuffing ourselves
And
silly.
on the drive home, I said to Ron,
Um,
we're not doing all you can eat. It's a waste of money.
yeah.
I can't, I'm not going to be able to eat. I
Yeah.
need to be like Homer Simpson with the all you can eat, and I want to get my money's worth.
Yeah. Yeah. And we just
I want them to kick me
weren't going to
out.
be doing that.
No.
So we're like, maybe we'll save
So
that.
we said we'll get some fish and chips, and I just said, don't even get me deep fried fish because I can't eat all that batter.
Yeah.
I called it dough, but anyway,
Yeah,
the batter. And so I got a grilled piece of fish and I had two fish sticks and that was all I had for dinner.
yeah.
And didn't have much for after the race.
Hmm.
And you had a fair bit for fish and chips.
Yes, I did because, I can't help stuffing myself. Although I didn't
But
stuff
that was
myself as
good.
much as I normally
No,
would.
but it
But
was in that case, that
yeah,
was a good thing to,
yeah,
but I literally couldn't. There was something wrong. Like whatever it was, I don't know, because normally I can eat for Australia after a race.
yeah.
Anyway, passive rest isn't enough. It's got to be good nutrition, lots of protein,
Mm,
good sleep, maybe the next day do some yoga, that sort of thing, or mobility work.
hmm. Yep. Number nine, generic training plans work for everyone. Who hasn't done one of those generic couch to 5K
Or coached
that
a
works?
coached a 100 miler in 3 weeks.
Yeah, it works for everyone.
Yeah.
And
Have
then
you
and then
done
there is
generic plans
no,
off the end? So
no.
what did you used to do before you met me?
Ran everything as hard as I possibly could.
Oh, that chestnut.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, if I wasn't running flat out, I wasn't running.
Really? And did you actually think that was training?
Yeah,
Like legit? Where
yeah.
did you get that idea that that was training from, though?
Don't know. That's just what I did.
You thought if I run every race fast, that'll make me faster. Is that what
Yeah,
your thought
pretty
process
much. Yeah,
was?
pretty much. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's interesting.
Mm.
Stupid, but interesting.
Now I know better,
Yeah,
folks. I
yeah,
know much better.
yeah, yeah. Because that's how come you ended up so goddamn
That's right.
injured.
That's why I was either running super fast or not running at all
Yeah,
before.
there was no in between, was there?
Uh,
And the thing is, he did some races the same as me, and he had like he would tell me the runs that he did, and they were way faster than any runs I did leading up to the same race. But
mm.
I ran those races way faster
You,
than you.
yes, I think your Gow time, which we did in different years, but the same course,
Yeah, it was the
I
same
think
course.
yours was an hour
11:40.
and a half less than me because mine
Yeah,
was pretty much 13,
yeah,
I
I did
think.
11 hours and 40 minutes
Yeah.
or so,
So, yes,
and
an hour and a half faster than me.
and whereas my training, I did heaps of easy running, I did a little bit of speed work, a little bit
Mm.
of this, a little bit of that,
Yeah.
and you just ran everything flat out, but
Yep.
you did it an hour and a half slower than me.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And as a man, that
Yeah.
if it had been, it equates to more. So yeah, so running flat out isn't for anyone, not for everyone. It's not for anyone, like all the time. Cookie cutter plans ignore your age, goals, your life stress, what's
Mhm.
going on. Um,
Yeah.
Individualized coaching is for much better for if you want to perform well. Like,
Mm.
and if you're putting in hours and hours in training, I just don't get why you wouldn't want to make sure that it's right. I,
Yeah.
I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
Like, because it just seems like a big investment of time and effort to not be sure that you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. Like to me, like I don't get it. Like I always like firstly I used to be self-coach, but then I had a number of coaches over the years. Um, and then at one point when I tried to get another coach, he told me no, because he said he reckoned I was uncoachable. He said, but you'll just want to do it your own way. And I'm like, "Well, yeah.
Yeah. Because isn't that the way you're going to coach me?
Yeah. And I mean, he was actually one of my sponsors too. So
Mm.
he knew me well enough to be able to talk to me honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that, and I think I'm a pretty dang good coach, to be honest.
Yes,
So
I
I
agree.
just, yeah. So anyway, yeah. So I think get coaching
Yeah.
and peak endurance coaching if you want the best coaching. I mean, there's lots of coaches out there, but I think if you want really good coaching, then you will come to us.
Scientifically backed
Yeah.
coaching.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. And coaches who actually really care about you as a person.
Yeah.
Right, myth
Yes,
number
number
10,
10.
ultra running gets easier the more you do it.
Does
Yeah,
it?
like the
Not?
more training you do, and
Yeah.
every race gets easier and easier. And at some point, 100 miles is just going to feel like, a walk in the park.
100 miles is the new park run.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
obviously. It never gets easier.
No. And if it is getting easier,
You're
then
doing
you're not
something
doing it
wrong.
right.
Yeah, you're not pushing hard enough.
Yeah, that's right.
So training makes you stronger, smarter, and more resilient, and so does race experience. It
Yeah.
makes you smarter. Um,
Yeah.
but it doesn't get easier. That's the beauty of it, And also different courses have different degrees of difficulty and
Mm.
things about them that are hard. And if it was easy, like what would be the bloody point?
That's right. And running is that type of sport where I think we were watching something. I might have been Russ Cook or someone like that who was
Yeah, it was
who was
tweeting for
saying,
the 5K
yeah,
park run.
that the running is the type of sport that it's always hard because when you conquer something, you move on to something
Yeah,
else
that's
as the
right.
challenge.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
you're always,
doing that.
yeah, you're always looking for the next challenge,
Yeah.
and it's not a challenge if it's easy.
Yeah.
That's not the definition of the word.
No.
So, you know, if you're looking for the next challenge, it's always going to be hard because you're always going to be looking to push yourself.
And
That's
that's
what a
it. Like
challenge
he's a
is.
massive long distance runner and he challenged himself by trying to, well, he did get faster at
Yeah,
5K.
yeah,
So, it doesn't matter what your hard is, whatever it is, but
mm,
it never gets easier.
no,
And I was saying this because we actually did a webinar with my athletes on this, to help them get the most out of coaching, and we're going through all the different things that they can do to get the most out of the coaching. But I also said, I've been interviewed on a fair few podcasts, and they always ask me, what's the toughest race you've ever done? And I always say, in the moment, the race that I'm doing is the toughest because it is. If you're pushing hard, every race is tough. I've never known one race that wasn't tough. Like
yeah,
every race is tough. And I've been running for 20 years, and every race is tough.
that's right.
And they never get any easier. Like the Adelaide Miler was super tough. And that's also why I get nervous before races because I know what I'm about to put
Yeah.
myself through. I know I'm not stupid. I know what's coming.
Yeah. Doesn't
And
stop you from doing
it
it, but
doesn't
you
stop me
still,
from doing it. No, 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 because there's always that small hope
yeah.
that that I'll just breathe through it. No. But honestly, that's if I just breeze through it, like that'd be kind of almost a little bit disappointing.
Yeah. Yep. No, we do this sport because we like to challenge ourselves, and
That's
that
it.
challenging ourselves means always trying to improve,
Yeah, that's right.
and that in itself makes it harder.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
So basically, running is simple, but it sure ain't easy.
No.
And if you strip away the myths and focus on proven fundamentals, training, strength, nutrition, and mindset, you'll keep running stronger, longer, and with a heck of a lot less frustration.
Yep.
So if you want to go deeper on how to train the smart way, that's exactly what we coach inside the Ultra Performance Method, which is the methodology that we use with peak endurance coaching. And it's not about myths, it's about results.
Yep.
So go to peakendurancecoaching.com.au, book a call and chat with me, and let's come up with a plan that will help you achieve your goals
Yep. That's right.
in ultra running
Yep.
and running in general.
It's the best running hack around.
It is. And also, the hypnosis and subliminal tracks are now live on the shop in on my website. So go there. That's only $15 for a pack of two for an hypnosis and subliminal pack. Like if you're looking at wanting to overcome pre-race nerves, there's the race calm one. So there's the hypnosis and subliminals. So they go together. And that's $15. And which is not a lot when you consider I had to firstly create them, then I had to record them all and do all of it. Like it's me, it's my
Yes.
voice. So put up with my accent.
It works really well. I've come home from work finding Isabel staring off into space because she's accidentally hypnotized herself.
Actually, I am every morning before my run, I'm listening to my own hypnosis.
Yeah.
So, and I listen to my own subliminals. So it's like, like I say, like all of this stuff is stuff that I use as
Mm.
well. So, um, they're actually really good. I said to Ron, I had a lot of trouble recording them because I kept getting sleepy recording
Yes, you
the
did.
hypnosis. Like, and I'd be like, ah, and it was really hard.
Uh,
It was hard work. Some of them I had to stop and re-record them because, oh, it was tough work.
halfway through and stop because you're in a daze.
Yeah, like seriously, I was kind of self-hypnotizing. It was actually quite exhausting from it was exhausting. So
Yeah.
yeah. So that's what I've spent this whole week doing. So
Yeah.
yeah, check it out. There is
Yep.
also if you look, there's a free hypnosis you can download on the website, Race Day Reset or something. That's another pre-race one, but I also do have one for race visualization and race calm. This is a race one as well, but then if you got the race calm as well or the race, it would go together really well with it.
Mhm.
And it's free, free,
Free.
free. Alrighty. So,
It's
and
not taxpayer funded,
no,
is it?
it's not
No? Oh,
taxpayer
okay. It's
funded.
not that kind of free.
Well, it's Isabel funded. I paid to make them all, I guess, with
Yeah.
my time and um,
Yeah.
paying for editing software and all that sort of stuff.
And not to mention the training that you did. That was not
Oh
free
yeah, the
either.
hypnosis. Oh, Jesus Christ, that
Still
was
pay
not.
for that.
I'm still paying for that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, 2 years of paying for that.
Mm.
And it ends this month.
Woo. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, 2 years of paying for that. So it's like I say, it's I'm qualified. I'm not just making this shit up.
Yeah.
But in saying that, when I was mountain biking 300 years ago, I used to make my own visualizations for a race, record them, and listen to them in my Walkman.
Mhm.
Um, yes,
On the tape deck.
on my tape deck. I would
Yeah.
record them on a tape recorder and visualizing the race, and I would listen to that. So, like, I've been ahead of this
Yeah.
game into all of this stuff since day dot.
Yeah.
And that's like 40 years ago. No, I wasn't 15 when I was
No.
running,
No. 20,
riding.
30 years ago.
Yeah, 30 and a bit years ago.
Yeah.
So, um, because even then, like a lot of the mountain bikers, we all did mental training. I find it interesting that a lot of runners don't,
Hmm.
because it's so beneficial. It just makes such a big difference. So
Yeah.
anyway, they're there on the website. Go have a look, see peakendurancecoaching.com.au. We did have one comment on the pod. It was Sandra. She liked
Ah,
me saying wabbit hunting.
ah,
She thought that was very funny.
okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. Well, we didn't do much wabbit hunting, I'm
No,
afraid.
we actually
We
did.
did, we
We
did.
did.
We did pick off a few people.
I can actually say no matter how shit we were feeling,
We were still paying.
we
Yeah,
didn't
we
get
probably,
past.
yeah, we didn't
We
get past
passed.
one.
We passed
A
people.
lot of people
So
actually, especially towards the end, we were passing more and more
and
people.
because it was the 42-kilometer races and the
Right.
50-kilometer races went out at the same time,
Yeah.
but just did like certain parts they cut off for the
They
42s.
didn't do the camel's hump
They
and they,
didn't, yeah. And so, but even with that, we were still passing 42K runners at
yeah,
the
yeah,
end.
yeah, that's right.
So we did pass them we did do a little bit of wabbit hunting, just
Yeah,
not as
yeah,
much as we would
as we would normally.
normally and
Yeah,
like to do.
yeah, yeah. But
Yeah. Because yeah, the energy levels weren't
oh
quite there.
my God, it was so hard.
Yeah.
I just like normally I just used to do a 50K like that. Like
Yeah.
50K didn't bother me.
Yeah.
No, it just at the moment feels hard. So we've got a lot of work to
We
do. We've
do.
got a lot of work. Oh, and shout out to Michael
Oh,
Constable.
yes, of course. Yes.
He was sweeping the 42 and we
Yeah.
had a good chat. And I was telling him how I'm not doing any more racing. And he says, "And what are you going to talk about on the podcast?" Oh, I'm sure there'll be many misadventures
Yes.
regardless. I mean, firstly, we've got the Rogaine tomorrow with no glasses for Isabel. So it's already
Yep.
turning into
Yep.
disaster before we even get
So
there.
every now and then I might just have to take the map out of Isabel's hand, turn it up the other way, and give it back to
Yeah,
her.
that's right. And I'll go, what?
Well,
Yes.
yes, so
Fucking
that's
hell.
going to be interesting in its own
Yes.
way.
Yes.
But
So,
yes, shout out to Michael. We did have a chat to him both
yeah, yeah, we're
before the
running.
race
Yeah.
and
Yeah, during the race.
during the race.
So he's lovely and he loves the
Yes.
pod. So thank you and thank you for listening.
Yep.
And yes, if you are listening, please do rate review. We talked about it how it helps the podcast last
Yep.
week. So
Yeah.
it does. It actually helps.
And if you see us out there, say hello.
Yes.
We will not this week, but the week after.
Oh, yeah, we're going to go to roller coaster.
Roller coaster will be on, which is pretty much in our backyard. So we'll head up there as part of our long run and cheer some people on.
Yep, yep, we've got a couple of
So
athletes in that.
yep. So if you
And
see us
also,
there
yeah,
standing on the side of the track,
yeah, we're just going to generally
yes,
cheer people on because we like to do that for that
yeah,
race.
hmm,
And yeah, that's pretty much
yeah,
all we got going
yeah,
on. So
yeah.
yes, leave us a rating, a review, whatever.
That's next weekend, isn't it? Yeah, next
Mm.
weekend. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so even though it'll be an at-home weekend, we'll probably still have to get up
Yeah,
early that morning to be able to get out
we
there in
will.
time to cheer people on.
Yeah.
We'll just sleep in on the Sunday.
Mhm.
All righty, thank you
All right.
so much for joining us. We do appreciate it. Yeah, check out the website. There's a few free resources, some PDFs, the hypnosis track, and also just think about getting some coaching because
Yeah.
that is the one thing that will make the biggest difference to your running, more than a watch, more than shoes, more than the latest Lululemon, though I hate to say that.
Yeah, jury's out on that.
Yeah. But yeah. Alrighty. Thank you so
All
much for
right.
joining us. I think this was another longie, but that's all good. You've got the remote and the
Oh yes, I do.
mouse is sitting there like, all right, like,
Come
yeah,
on,
you're
stop it already.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
All right. So thanks for
All right.
joining us. Oh my God, there. So- this is what Riverside's going to tell me to cut out this bit.
Yes, it is. It's got nothing to do with the podcast.
No, exactly. All right. Thanks for joining us. Catch you next week.
Bye bye.
Bye.